today, because today is Friday. We will be logging off of all social media. So if you want to join us in the conversation, of course, you got to come on over, join the community by going to bookprofitsclub.com. And so make sure, if you have not already done so, you do that so that you don't miss this great conversation that we're going to have on today. But I'm just going live on all the platforms real quick before we get started for today's devotional. And again, it is now Friday, August the 14th. Friday, August the 14th. And so today's title, let me make sure. Hold on. Going live on TikTok too, y'all. Listen, TikTok every now and then has like one or two people that might be watching in. And for my thing is this: if we get one person whose life is impacted by our morning devotional, then that's a blessing. And so that's why we're going to just make sure we go stream on every platform. Good morning to everybody on Instagram. If you're watching on Instagram, let me pull it up on IG on my phone so I can see y'all. And if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, if you're watching on LinkedIn, if you're watching on Kick, which, child, I don't know nothing about no growing no Kick, but I'm over here on the Kick thing, right? So I'm on Kick right now too. Go ahead and let me know what city and state you guys are chiming in from. Today's title is, and for those, of course, watching in the community, oh, you know what? I could probably just share my screen. So then y'all don't have to miss anything I put on the screen. It's going to look crazy though. But let me see. Share screen. And let's see. Share screen. How should I do it? Share screen. What's going to be the best way to do it? Is this going to be the best way to do it? Or is this going to be the best? I'll just let y'all see what goes on behind the scenes on Evie Lux. How about that? How about that? That's what I'll do. So anyway, so today's topic is let peace be part of the decision. Let peace be part of the decision. Today is actually August the 14th. We're going to be reading from Colossians 3:14 and Philippians 4:6. So Colossians 3:15 and Philippians 4:6. One thing I'm gonna tell you that I do also love about our morning devotion is that we are going all through this Bible, and it has always been a goal of mine that every single day I start my day in the good book. And so what we're doing, that's a little bit more, this is not the right question of the day, it's a little bit more strategic because we want to be able to also build extremely ridiculously successful businesses, but also building these businesses in accordance to what God says, right? And so it's important to me, and hopefully every single one of you guys that just continue to be a part of this. And I see some of you guys on the back. I see Chastity, Nishika, Lexi, Sharon, Stevie. Guys, thank you so much for joining in to be a part of the reflection. But it is important to me that every single day when I wake up and I am doing this hustle of business, right? Entrepreneurship, that we are waking up with right understanding of like why we're in business, right? Why we want to make money, what the purpose is of making all of this great income. And so anyways, we're going to get into this conversation today. The title is Let Peace Be the Decision. I see some people are watching on Instagram, but y'all not commenting. Okay, what's going on, Corey? Miss Jam Good, Why Brown? Why? You need to make sure you over here in the chat, child. So I know that some of you guys are a part of the community, so you definitely want to make sure that you come on over to the community. How am I doing, Chastity? Let me tell you something. Today, I am so excited. There's a couple of reasons why. I'll talk about that afterwards, but I'm super excited about what's coming. And I'm going to tell you guys, this is the thing. Another thing too about just even talking about this morning devotional, what I love so much about this morning devotional is that a lot of times when you see me do things, it's because it holds me accountable too. And so I love the fact that you guys have been waking up every morning. Good morning, Nishika, Greensboro, North Carolina. All right. Good morning, Lexi. And good morning. Okay, in the gym. Stevie says I'm in the gym right now. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, you guys. And so this holds me accountable. And so I'm excited to share with you guys about something else that we're about to do as a community that's going to hold us accountable. And I've already got people telling me, Taria, I'm going to be the biggest earner. I'm going to be the biggest earner. I'm going to get the most coin and we're going to do it. Yes, darling. So, anyways, let's get into this morning devotional. Let peace be part of the decision. And so, we're going to read in this the question of the day, though. The question that we want to answer as well is going to be when I think about blank, I constantly feel blank. The facts I still need to review are. And let me just also say, I'm gonna post this into the I'm gonna post this devotional or this question into the school community. Y'all that have been participating and answering in the school community, all do y'all know what y'all do when y'all do that? When y'all participate in the morning devotion and you write your answers out and things like that, all you do is encourage other people who are joining in and they're looking like, oh my goodness, this is really a community. Like they are really doing this thing. And so thank you to every single person that just continues to stay faithful, because in being faithful, that means you're also being doing the work. Like faithful means works. It means showing up. And so every single person that does it, I appreciate y'all. Okay. I'm gonna put question August 14th. I can't believe it's already August, y'all. This is wild. All right, so morning devotional. I'm gonna get into the question. Get into the devotion itself after we read the scripture. And so again, when I think about blank, I constantly feel blank. The facts I still need to review are, and then the action step is write 2 columns. What produces peace? What produces peace? What produces peace about this decision, and what produces concern? So the peace question and the concern question. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. We're going to read from Colossians 3:15. 3:15 says, 3:15 says, let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. Let the peace of Christ rule in your hearts, since as members of one body you were called to peace, and be thankful. It doesn't say that we were called to pain. It doesn't say that we were called to anxiety. It doesn't say that we were called to disruption. It says that we are called to peace. And with that, we must be thankful. So this sounds like we are in control, no matter what it looks like. We are in control. Now, let me go to Philippians too. So let me go to Philippians. If this is good, let me know in the chat, right? So we're going to go to Philippians, which is literally right before Colossians, right? So Philippians is literally right before Colossians. Colossians, Philippians 4:6. Philippians 4:6. Do you know one of the things too, before I get into this, I used to get really stressed about reading in front of people the Bible because I never used to want to say the wrong thing. But do you know God convicted me of that? And God gave me a sense of peace to say, listen, as long as you out here doing your best to spread the good word, don't worry, I got your back. And so I'm just so grateful that I have let that go. I don't care. I be praying in front of people and every type of time. You what? Hello? Won't he do it? And so I just want to encourage someone out there, because you might be like, see, this is why I don't read from the Bible, because baby, I don't even understand these words. Let me tell you something. The more that you continue to read, the more that you study, what happens that your spiritual eye will begin to open and God will bless you. And the thing is this, it's not about, it don't say in the Bible, we got to do it exactly the right way. We just got to do it. Faith without works, right? And so continue to do it and God will start opening it up so that we get it right. Amen. So anyway, we're just going to read from Philippians 4:6. Philippians 4:6 says, I actually got this one highlighted. In my Bible. You see that? So this ain't the first. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Do not be anxious in anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. Okay, so now I'm going to read the reflection. And if you guys do not have access to the reflection, it is literally found in the school community under classroom. We're reading from day 14 of month 1. It says, peace is not the only factor in a decision, but it is an important one. We can feel nervous about a good opportunity because it stretches us. So discomfort does not always mean no. However, ongoing confusion, pressure, dread, and inner unrest should not be ignored. God's peace can act like an umpire in the heart, helping us recognize whether something is aligned. This peace works together with scripture, wisdom, facts, and counsel. It is not based only on emotion. Before making an important decision, bring every concern to God. Name the fear, review the risk, examine the motives, and then notice what remains after prayer. Sometimes peace comes when we decide to move forward. Oftentimes, other times, peace returns when we finally give ourselves permission to decline. We should not sacrifice our spiritual and emotional health just because an opportunity looks profitable. How many of y'all know that profits always do not lead to peace? Hello? As business owners, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something, guys. Like, don't sacrifice your peace for the profit, for the notoriety. Don't sacrifice your peace because it looks good on paper, but doesn't look good in your heart. And so when I think about blank, I want y'all to think about this. So when I think about blank, I'm gonna put this in the chat. So those that are joining us in school, we got 10 people. Come on, y'all, we lit. We got 10 people right now that are in the school community. I'm gonna post this question right here. And when I think about blank, I constantly feel the facts I still need to review are. And so I'm gonna say this. I'll give you like an example, okay? I'll give you guys an example so that everybody can kind of like, figure out how they want to answer this question. And then also the great thing is that when we start reflecting, when you unmute yourself, even if you don't want to talk about this, you just need to release something. And so that was all, we had a community where we called it release and restore. Maybe you just need to release something, then you can let that go here too, right? And so anyways, what I was stating is I'm going to answer this. So when I think about blank, I constantly feel blank, the facts I still need to review are. And so I will tell you one of the things right now that I have been in the process of working on, well, talking about. Y'all know me. I talk about stuff before I even really start stuff. A lot of people are afraid, and I know that there's a lot of people that always say, don't tell everybody what you got going on, whatever. Bruh, I'll be telling people because 9 times out of 10, majority of most people that you share like what you're launching and stuff, especially if you plan to launch it, like they're not gonna do it. Okay. Now there are some people that do, but we're not worried about them, right? But what I will tell you is that we have our network, our TV network, and it is called Vision Impact Network. The only reason why I haven't necessarily been pushing it out is because I'm gonna answer this question. When I think about the Vision Impact Network, I constantly feel the need to make sure before I relaunch it that we have it perfectly in place. The facts that I still need to review are bringing on founders that have the same mission and vision of what it is that we want for the Vision Impact Network. And so I have been talking about this network. It was something that, we had launched this TV network last year. And in the midst of course, launching the network and doing all the things, there was just so many different moving parts. But this is a part of the puzzle when it comes to helping our clients to get more visibility, helping our BPC family to be more visible, because y'all know that's what we're doing. And so not only are we creating visibility platforms, but we're also helping our members to get visible. We have some members right now who we're pitching constantly to different conferences, to media outlets. We're pitching them to different news articles. I just made a huge investment yesterday, an investment that honestly I don't have, but I made the investment because it is important that we get our clients on more platforms. And so made a huge investment yesterday And I'm super excited about the success that we're going to be able to have with our clients getting on those stages. And so that's my answer. And so if anybody else wants to also share, we're going to open up reflections. Before we do, another reason why I am so thrilled and so excited, let me tell y'all, is because we have a 90-day blitz starting September the 1st. A 90-day blitz starting the September the 1st. This is, and so on this Monday coming up, we're going to be going over what you should be doing every day, of how you're going to hit your income goal. And so it's going to start off with a minimum income goal of at least $10,000 in income for the month. That's the minimum. Many of you guys are going to push for higher than that. And that's 10. And so let me just also clarify this. When I say $10,000 a month, I'm talking about $10,000 a month in your business. Some of y'all make $10,000 a month. We have many members who already make a high six figures a year in their corporate space or in their other business. But in this particular business where you want to speak on stages, you want to coach, you want to consult, you want to leverage your book, the goal is in 90 days, we're going to show you how to get to starting at $10,000 a month. Some of you guys have already done $10,000 a month, so it'll be a $10,000 week. How can we hit a $10,000 week? And some of you guys have already had a $10,000 week. And so some of you guys are going to hit a goal of how can I have a $10,000 day? And so that starts September the 1st. Why am I doing this with y'all? Or why are we doing this as a community? Because I got to do a blitz. And so a lot of times what I do and what I love so much about building community is that in building community, if you got a major goal that you're trying to achieve, guess what? We can all do it together. Together, everyone achieves more. We are a team. And so I hope that every single one of you guys, if you're watching on social media, I pray that you join us in this community and you join this challenge. Now, you do have to be a premium member or above. We're going to be doing some sit-in Saturdays as well. And so, for example, one of our sit-in Saturdays is one of these Saturdays in September. We're going to get together where we're going to just sit down and work on our book. Yep. Because some of y'all need it. We need to work on this new book, right? And then we're going to have a sit-in Saturday where we're going to work on putting together your premium program. The truth is that a lot of times many people don't even know how to put together their coaching programs or whatever that's going to look like. We don't know how to make it happen. And so only thing we've ever known is modules. Let me create all these videos. And the truth is that may not be the way that it works anymore, right? I'm just being honest, right? And so you want to create a program that actually is going to create transformation. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I'm about to end this live stream. Everybody that's watching in the school community, if you want to reflect, if you want to share on today's devotional, please, you can unmute yourself or give me a thumbs up emoji or something like that. Or if there's just something you just want to speak on, maybe you just want to speak on it, right? And then also the action step is write 2 columns and what produces peace about this decision and what produces concern. For example, like even with my network, one of the things that produces concern is just making sure that when we relaunch it again, this TV network that's going to be on Amazon, it's going to be on, Spotify. Like all I think about is the fact that what Charlemagne the God did. And literally, I'm like, we got to make that happen. We got to make that happen. Positive impact. If he can do it, God is not a respecter of one person. And so I'm building a community of people who are thought leaders, and this will be a TV network. And so just making sure that we put this out the right way is not even about having the time availability. It's just getting good content for the launch of the network. So anywho, that's one of my concerns. All right, y'all. Well, listen, I appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and we'll do our prayer in the reflection. So if you're watching and you're in the school community, you need to log into school right now. You need to click on the link because there's a link right now in the school community where you'll be able to see. Hold on. I can share my screen again because I did stop sharing the screen. Where you will be able to see Child, stop sharing the screen. That's okay. Y'all already in the community, so I don't need to show y'all. But if you are watching on social media, child, let me show you where you need to go. If you want to be a part of the conversation, you got to log into the school community, okay? Once you log into the school community, you will literally see right there, as soon as you log in, you see where it says morning devotional. You just simply click on that link. When you click on that link, that'll bring you in so that you can be a part of the conversation. All right, everybody, I will see you guys over there. If you're watching on TikTok, if you're watching on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, all the things, you're going to need to come on over to there if you want to be a part of the conversation. All right, y'all, everybody that's here in the school community, y'all don't hang up. Let me just end all of these streams, child, because I got a lot of buttons to click. And we're going to end these screens. Yes, 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 yes. And let's see here. I am going to, let me turn off the Instagram. All right. And I think we are Gucci and good to go. Let me remove